very special episode of the Puppet Steve Show, because today is the day that Bendy and the Ink Machine Part 3 comes out. And to celebrate, we're going to take a look at all the episodes where we review Bendy and the Ink Machine plushies. In this first episode, we review the Bendy plush, and afterward, I'll be back with Bendy to talk about the next episode. And after scouring eBay, we did find one little toy, which is a plush of Bendy. And I gotta say, this is one cool looking plush of Bendy because he looks just like he does from the video game. Now I haven't seen any Bendy plushies in any official stores, so I'm not really sure if this is official or not. And if you look at the hang tag, all it says is Bendy and the Ink Machine. It doesn't tell you who made it, what company, or where it's from either. So I'm not sure if this is a bootleg or not, but it looks pretty official to me. When we look at Bendy's head, we see that this is made with some fine looking material here. Yep, the stitching looks nice and doesn't look fake at all. And if we look very closely at the eyes, we see that the stitching is very intricate. And you don't really see a lot of that with bootleg plush figures. Even Bendy's mouth looks pretty darn cool too, and the stitching looks great. Yum 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 yum. Now Bendy's bow tie is, well, as you'd come to expect. It's very soft and fluffy and, well, a bow tie. And even the gloves on both hands look great as well. There's stitching right here, and there's stitching to separate the fingers. Yep, they did a really great job with this one. And even the bottom half of his body looks cool too. He's got really cool looking feet, and look at that. I didn't know Bendy had a tail. But it looks pretty cool. Looks like one of those devil looking tails. But other than this little guy right here, I haven't been able to find any other official Bendy and the Ink Machine merchandise at any stores. But just give it time, because I'm sure it's on the way, especially because the video game is so darn popular. And if you're wondering if I'll do a second gameplay video, yes, I will get to a part 2, just give me some time, because it takes a long time for me to play through these things. Now the cool thing about this Bendy plush is he's just about as tall as the Five Nights at Freddy's plushies, which are pretty cool because you can hide them in with your other Five Nights at Freddy's plush with nobody being the wiser.
Hey, wait a minute, Bendy's right here! Uh-oh, I better get out of here! Ha! He thought he'd hide among us. Hey, I heard that! Why, you?
That Bendy's a rough one, isn't he? Now one thing I have to say about this Bendy plushie is that the material they made him with is very nice and fluffy, and I really like it. Now if you compare him to the material on the puppet plushie, well, it's not really the same, and this one is a little bit darker. In fact, it's more comparable to the Enderman plush. They both just have that soft plushie-like feel to them, so it leads me to believe that maybe this isn't a bootleg after all. Maybe this is the real deal, and it's just not in stores yet. But if you like playing Bendy and the Ink Machine video game, then you don't have to worry about being scared, because this guy isn't really that scary. In fact, he can't even stand up properly. Well, you can probably stand him up, but it's going to take some doing. Okay, well, I can't do it here, but maybe he'll stand one day. Alright, I did it! Oh, cool! Give me a prize or something. Or a mushy slushy. Oh, darn it. Well, there he is, the Bendy plush. And if you want one for your very own, the only place I've found them so far is eBay. And, well, that's about it. I'm sure he'll start showing up in other places too, because he's getting so darn popular. And hopefully they make some of his other characters too. And this plushie is so well made that even if he is a bootleg, well, he's good enough for me, and he fits well with the other plushies that I have.
Hey, welcome to the club there, Bendy! Stay out of my episode, Chica!
Well, there he is, the super cool Bendy plushie. Wow, that review is just plusherific. Right, Bendy?
Yeah, that was pretty darn cool!
Ha! Alright, next up is the Alice plushie. And after doing a lot of searching, I ended up finding another character from the video game, which is Alice Angel. Oh, cool! Now this little guy right here, I ended up finding on eBay, so that's why I couldn't tell if it was fake or not. But as for Alice, well, I ended up finding her on Etsy, so we know that this was custom made by one of the sellers that's on there. And even though this is a custom made plushie of Alice Angel, well, she looks pretty darn cool. Now the character of Alice Angel comes to us from Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 2, where we see her image in a poster on the background, but you'll learn more about her when I do my playthrough of the second chapter, and expect that video in about another week or so, kids. But enough of that, back to the Alice Angel plushie. And, well, for being a custom, this one's not too bad. Alright, so first off, we're gonna look at the face here. But instead of using stitching to make all the face designs like they did on the Bendy plush, they ended up using felt and gluing it on. We get felt eyes, felt eyebrows, felt nose, and even felt lips? Oh, cool. Oh, Alice. In fact, this whole plush is made out of felt. Huh, even the hair. And check this out. Turn it around, and, well, it is sewn on some parts. And if we can even lift it in the back, woo, and make her bald. Kinda. It's kind of sewn on her head there. And just in case you're wondering, this halo up here doesn't mean she's dead. It just means she's an angel. Oh, an angel with horns? Yeah. So what is she, a devil or an angel? I guess we'll never know. Now the dress down here looks pretty cool. Wraps all the way around. Neat. And it even extends onto the arms here too. But it's not attached. Huh, weird. The only thing I don't like around this area is the bow tie. It looks kind of cheaply made, and they could have used a different fabric to make a real looking bow tie. I'm not sure why they used felt for this. Weird. And even if you compare her bow tie with Bendy's bow tie, you can clearly see which one is the winner. It's Bendy's. Take a bow, Bendy. And down here, we have her legs and her shoes. The shoe on her one foot looks pretty good, but the shoe on the other foot, looks like they kind of messed up on it. Aw, man. Well, overall, for being custom made, this Alice Angel plushie doesn't look too bad. She may not look as well made as the Bendy plushie here, but it does a good job until they release an official one. And if we compare her to the poster found in the video game, we find that it looks just like her, and they did a good job on this one. It's just not official, because it's custom made. Huh, so what do you think so far, Bendy?
She looks kind of cool, but she could look a little better.
Yeah, I agree. And just in case you're wondering, she also stands a lot taller than Bendy too.
Whoa, you're really tall. Yes, and you better watch out, or I'll step on you and smash you. What? Wow!
Uh-oh, you better be careful there, Alice, because Bendy doesn't like threats.
Hey, Alice, I got something for you. Huh? Yep, it's a bomb.
Ah, Bendy, you're so mean.
I know.
Oh, Bendy. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, Zombie Steve, what are you doing?
Bendy! Ah! Well, there she is, the Alice Angel custom plushie. Boy, what another great episode. That was plush-tastic. Right, Bendy?
Yep, that was so cool, I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, so... Wait, kill it?
That's right.
Just roll the next episode. Alright, so in past episodes, we already reviewed the Bendy plush that we got off eBay, and then the Alice Angel plush that we got off Etsy. But of course, with both these characters, that leaves one out. And that is the character of Boris the Wolf. Oh, neat, and we got him. And I gotta say, this plushie looks really cool. It looks just like Boris the Wolf from the video game. Now I ended up getting this plushie of Boris up on eBay. And after examining it for a while, I kind of wonder if it's an official one that was released a little bit early. Because it looks so well made that maybe a factory could have made it. If we turn this guy to the side and look at the seam lines, we see that they're very smooth and very professional looking. And they look just as good as the ones on the Bendy plush. Very smooth and very professional looking. Now another reason why I think this is right after I bid on this auction, eBay went in and shut this auction down because it said it violated their terms. Huh, and usually they only do that if toys just happen to leak onto eBay a little bit earlier than they're supposed to. Huh. So I'm kind of wondering if this was made in a factory and somebody working there took it and then threw it up on eBay, hoping to make a little bit of extra money. And of course this happened all the time with Skylanders figures a couple years ago. But even if this is the real deal or a bootleg, let's examine this head to toe because it looks pretty darn cool. If we look at the head here, we see that this character has Pac-Man eyes just like Bendy does. Heh, and that's one of the features these characters have. Turn to the side, and we see that Boris has this cute little wolf nose and snout. So cool. And look at these. We've got whiskers on both sides, and on the side of his mouth, we got his mouth. Hey, how's it going, Papa Steve? Pretty good there, Boris. We have his ears, which are very, floppy. Hey, stop that. Sorry. If we look at Boris's body, we see that he has his trademarked white overalls on. Oh, cool. And the neat thing about these is that they're not sewn onto this plushie here. You can actually pull this down, pull that down, and his trousers come off. But yeah, we don't need no naked Boris for this review. So put your pants on, buddy. He also has his white gloves, which look pretty cool and are good for slapping me around. And down below, we have Boris's feet, which look like Boris's feet. Not sure what else I could say about these. The thing I like about this Boris plushie is he looks like Boris from the game and not like another certain somebody, like, let's say Goofy from Disney. Because if you put them side by side, yep, they look nothing alike. Well, gosh. Read them and weep. So all in all, this Boris plushie looks pretty darn cool. And if you put them side by side with the Bendy plushie, they do look about the right size in comparison to each other. And if we put Alice Angel into the mix, oh cool, the whole gang is here. Bendy, Boris, and Alice. Yep, they're all here. Cool. Well, there he is, the super cool Boris plushie. Hey kids, Lego Puppet Steve and Lego Zombie Steve are here. And you can buy both of these by clicking the link in the description, where you can also find Puppet Steve fidget spinners. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and be sure to check out all our other videos because they are awesome.